gas up the Jeep, it's good to be free. Load up the pans and fishing poles. The highway is long, the wheels turning round. Pack up the cook stove and the bowls. Arlo and I, we hit the open road. Arlo and I are on the road.
Now, I know I mentioned that we had several olive trees in our front yard. We have 3, and 2 of the olive trees I've already harvested some from, and they were like, I think they're like Kalamata olives. They're the perfect size and shape as a Kalamata olive, but I'm not 100% sure. But this other tree that is on the side of our house here is a massive tree. I mean, it's huge, and it has the tiniest little olives. I mean, look at that. It's like the size of a pea. And there's like millions of them on here. So I don't know what variety of olives these are, but I'm going to start harvesting these as well, and we'll brine some of these and see how these taste. This is going to definitely be a lot of work. Of course, as always, when I start to make one of these videos in the neighborhood, someone decides to leaf blow. So got all this background noise, but I guess that's the sound of suburbia. But these olives, they're a little tiny, but they're really pretty. Little beautiful little olives. I've never even seen olives this size before. Well, I'm working on these tiny little olives here. Look at these guys. So I'm putting one slit in these little tiny ones rather than try to crush them, because there's nothing on there. It's mostly seed with a little bit of olive around it. But I'm super excited to try these out. You know, who knows? It's very tedious and a lot of work to do these little tiny ones, but I think, who knows, they might be the best of the bunch. You never know. So it's definitely worth a try anyway. And that tree is full of olives, so if they do turn out well, I can go back and get a bunch more. Although this is a very time-consuming process. I've never seen olives this small. It's crazy. So these, I'm going to put them in fresh water, and I will try to leach out the bitterness, the tannins, just like the other ones. And then I'll put them in a brine with flavors, herbs and lemon and all that later. We'll see how long it takes for these to leach out the tannins. I'm excited to do these just because it's so silly. They're so tiny. I put them in little jars and have just as many olives in that little tiny jar that there are in the bigger jar of the larger olives. But I'm really interested to see the difference between all of them. These don't have a lot of meat on them. It's like mostly seed, but I think it's pretty interesting to try these out. What the heck? Even though they don't have a lot of olive on them, they might have a great flavor. I'm not sure. I think people will get a kick out of these. You know, put these in a bowl on the table, and I think definitely be a conversation piece, that's for sure. Huh. Those things takes forever. Look at those things. They look like black beans or something. Funny thing is, once you get the taste for the bitterness of fresh olives, it's something that doesn't go away. You know, it's something you crave. You know, like even though we're trying to leach out the majority of the bitterness, we want to keep some in there because it becomes very desirable to have a little bit of it in there. I'm not sure if I told the story about this before, but when I was a kid, my grandparents had some friends that had olive trees, and they made their own wine and all that, and they would bring that and then their homemade olives to my grandparents' house, and I just remember them. I remember they were like larger, like red olives, so like partially ripe olives, and I remember them having these knife slits in the size of them, and how bitter they were. And I think I spent, but in a good way, you know. They put them in vinegar and salt brine, and they had all the flavors of garlic and, you know, probably lemon and bay leaves and all that kind of stuff you normally put in them. And I don't remember exactly because I was a kid, but the taste of them has stuck with me for 50 years, and I've always been on the search for olives that tasted like that. And little did I know that all olives taste like that when they haven't been leached of all of their tannins, and some of it remains, and it has that kind of, I know most people, they think of bitter as a bad thing, but it's one of those flavors that once you get a taste for it, it kind of makes you, when you think about it, makes your mouth water. So I'm really looking forward to all these olives that I'm making. All right, so this is the last jar of olives. These are my teeny tiny olives that I picked off the tree in our yard. And in this one I put lemon slices, let's see what I put in this one. Lemon slices, bay leaves, herb de Provence, some chiltepines, and I think I put some juniper berries in this one too. No garlic in this one. But anyway, these were in the clear water for about 2 weeks, and I leached out all of the tannins, and then now I just top them off with a brine of salt, water, and red wine vinegar. And that's it. So put these in the fridge for a couple weeks to a couple months, and we'll see how they come out. I'm looking forward to these little tiny little guys because I was thinking I was going to put them in small little jars, so I think that'll be fun. So anyway, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.